Welcome to the Ghana Education Service Promotion Aptitude Test Preparation. Today, we shall look at Part 3 of Learning Theories, specifically the Maslow's hierarchy of needs and its application in the classroom. The first is the physiological needs. Hunger and sleep are dominant and the basis of motivation. Unless they are satisfied, everything else recedes. For example, students who frequently do not eat breakfast or suffer poor nutrition generally become lethargic and non-interacting, and their learning potential is extremely sensitive to their weight. 2. Safety needs. These needs represent the importance of security, protection, and freedom from fear and anxiety. Students who are afraid of school, of peers, of a teacher, or of their parents have their safety needs threatened, and these fears can affect classroom performance. 3. Love and belongingness needs. This category refers to our needs for family and friends. Students who feel alone, not part of a group, or lack any sense of belonging usually have poor relationships with others, and that can affect classroom learning. 4. Esteem need. These needs encompass the reactions of others towards us as individuals and our opinion. We want favorable judgment from others, which should be based on honest achievement. Teachers should be sure to provide opportunities for students to satisfy this need. 5. Need for self-actualization. Here, Maslow was referring to that tendency to feel restless unless we are being all that we can be. Encourage students to recognize their potential and guide them into activities that will enable them to feel both competent and fulfilling. Here are some techniques of motivating students. 1. Make students active participants during learning. 2. Tell student what they need to do to succeed in your course. 3. Avoid creating intense completion among students. 4. Be enthusiastic about your students. 5. Vary your teaching methods. 6. Give students feedback as quickly as possible. 7. Reward success. 8. Avoid demeaning comments. 9. Hold high but realistic expectation for your students. Let us now look at teachers and peers as joint contributors of students' learning. The idea that teachers and peers can be joint contributors to students' learning involves the concept of scaffolding, cognitive, apprenticeship, tutoring, and cooperative learning. Scaffolding is a technique of chaining the level of support over the course of a teaching session. A more skilled person adjusts the amount of guidance to fit the student's current performance level. When the task the student is learning is new, the teacher might use direct instruction. As the student's competence increases, less guidance is provided. Think of scaffolding as providing support when needed, but it is adjusted or removed when the project unfolds. In classroom teaching, good tutoring involves scaffolding. You may look for situations in the classroom where scaffolding is needed. Work on giving just the right amount of assistance. Don't do for students what they can do for themselves, but do monitor their effort and smoothly give support and assistance when needed. For instance, in a math class, a teacher may initially solve a long division problem while the student looks at and learns about the process involved. Then, the student is asked to solve a new problem, while the teacher looks on but provides the student with some assistance or support when the student encounters a problem in the process of solving it. The teacher will subsequently keep withdrawing his or her support or assistance for the student in solving the long division problem. At a point, the student would be able to solve the problem without the teacher's support. Cognitive apprenticeship is a situation in which an expert stretches and supports a novice's understanding of the use of the culture's skills. The term apprenticeship underscores the importance of activity in learning and highlights the situated nature of learning. In a cognitive apprenticeship, teachers often strategize for students, then teach the skills and support their effort at doing the task. Finally, the teacher encourages students to continue the work independently. Tutoring, which also involves a cognitive apprenticeship between an expert and a novice. Tutoring can take place between an adult and a child or between a more skilled student and a less skilled student. Peer tutoring allows fellow students to become effective tutors apart from using classroom aides, volunteers, and mentors. In peer tutoring, one student teaches another. In cross-age peer tutoring, the peer is older. In same-age peer tutoring, the peer is of the same age. It has been observed that being tutored by same-age classmate is more likely to embarrass a student and create negative comparison. For cooperative learning, it occurs when students work in small groups to help each other learn. Cooperative learning groups vary in size, although a typical group will have about 4 students. In some cases, cooperative learning is done in dyads to students. When students are assigned to work in a cooperative group, the groups usually stay together for as long as it takes for the assignment to be completed. Research has found that cooperative learning can be an effective strategy for improving achievement, especially when 2 conditions are met. 1 group rewards are generated. Some types of recognition or rewards is given to the group so that the group members can sense that it is in their best interest to help each other learn. Individuals are held accountable. Some methods of evaluating a student's individual accountability. Some students might do some social loafing, let others do the work, and some might be left out because it is believed that they have little to contribute. When the conditions of group rewards and individual accountability are met, cooperative learning improves achievement across different classes and in tasks that range from basic skills to problem solving. Here are some cooperative learning approaches. A number of cooperative learning approaches have been developed. They include Students' Team Achievement Division STAD, Learning Together, Group Investigation Cooperative Scripting, and Student Term Achievement Division STAD. This involves team recognition and group responsibility for learning in a mixed ability group. Rewards is given to teams whose members improve the most over their past performance. Students are assigned to teams of 5 members. The teacher and students monitor their team members' performance to ensure that all members have mastered their materials. Group investigation created by David and Robert Johnson 1994. It is an approach with 4 components. 1 face-to-face interaction, 2 positive interdependence, 3 individual accountability and development of interpersonal group skills. For group investigation developed by Shlomo Shorin 1992, the approach involves a combination of independent learning and group work in a 2 to 6 member group, as well as group reward for individual achievement. The teacher chooses a problem for the class to study, but the group members decide what they want to study in exploring the problem. The work is divided among the group's members, who work individually. Then the group gets together for the group project. The teacher's role is to facilitate investigation and maintain cooperative effort. In Shorin's view, this is the way many real-world problems are solved in communities around the world. In cooperation scripting, students work in reciprocal pairs, taking turns summarizing information and orally presenting it to each other. One member or the pair presents the material. The other member listens, monitors the presentation for any mistakes, and gives feedback. Then the partner becomes the teacher and presents the next set of material that the first members listen to and evaluate. The best recommended group is the heterogeneous group with diversity in abilities, socioeconomic status, and gender. The reason behind this heterogeneous group is to maximize opportunities for tutoring and support and ensure that each group has at least 1 student who can do the work. One of the main reasons for using heterogeneous groups is that they benefit low-ability students, who can learn from higher-ability students. In heterogeneous groups, high-ability students often assume the role of teacher and explain concepts to other students. In a homogeneous group, high-ability students are less likely to assume this teaching role. One problem for heterogeneous groups is this teaching role. One problem of heterogeneous group is that they have high ability, low ability, and medium ability students are included. Medium ability students get left out to some extent. High ability and low ability students might form a teacher-student relationship in these groups, excluding medium ability students' group interaction. Medium ability students may perform better in group where most or all the students have medium ability. Good cooperative learning in the classroom requires that time would be spent on team-building skills. This involves thinking about how to start team building at the beginning of the term, helping students become better listeners, giving students to discuss the value of a team leader and work with team leader to help them deal with problem situations. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, press the like button and leave your comments below. Cheers!